Did you know that every single night your body might be producing too much cortisol without you even realizing it? This stress hormone is often the real reason behind poor sleep, constant tension, irritability, and over time it can quietly weaken your heart, your brain, and your metabolism. And here's the shocking part. Many people over 60 still believe that exercising more, eating clean, or even meditating is enough. But none of that truly fixes the problem if cortisol is running the show inside your body. The good news is scientists have uncovered 5 common types of beans, the kind you can find in almost any grocery store, that can help lower cortisol, rebalance hormones, and support deeper, more restful sleep. These beans aren't just ordinary foods. They're like hidden anti-stress tools that doctors rarely talk about. Just imagine this with a small handful of beans. In the evening, you could naturally manage stress sleep more deeply and wake up feeling energized again without medications or expensive supplements. That's exactly what we're going to explore in today's video as we walk through these 5 powerful beans. And don't forget to subscribe to Strong Health Way for more practical, easy-to-follow health insights that help you build a healthier lifestyle, sleep better, and feel more energized every day. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss these simple but incredibly effective tips. Before we dive into the 5 beans, let's talk about cortisol, a hormone most people have only heard of in passing, but one that quietly controls the health of so many people over 60. When we're younger, cortisol is actually a good friend. It helps wake us up in the morning, keeps our reflexes sharp in dangerous situations, and gives us the energy to get through stressful days. In short, cortisol was made to protect our lives. But the problem starts after 60, especially once we hit 70. At this stage, our bodies don't clear cortisol as efficiently as they used to. Imagine cortisol like a home security alarm. When there's real danger, the bell rings and that's necessary. But at 70, that alarm is broken. It won't turn off. Instead of cortisol peaking in the morning to wake us up and dropping at night so our bodies can rest, for many older adults, cortisol stays high all night long. And that's when the trouble begins. High cortisol puts the body into survival mode. Even if we eat less, no matter how disciplined we are, cortisol quietly tells the body, store energy just in case danger comes. And the safest place, right around the belly. That's why so many people sigh and say, I'm not eating much, but my belly keeps growing. But it doesn't stop there. High cortisol also steals our deep sleep. The brain doesn't dare fully relax. We may sleep, but it's restless, easily waking at 2 or 3 a.m. Without deep sleep, the brain can't repair itself. Hormones get out of balance and muscles don't regenerate properly. Over time, high cortisol acts like a silent acid. It erodes muscle, shrinks memory regions in the brain, and increases the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and even dementia. That's why many experts call cortisol the silent aging hormone. And here's the most important part. This is not your fault. It's a biological mechanism we can understand and reset if we take the right approach. Once we understand how cortisol works in our bodies after 60, a very natural question comes up. So why have I gone to the doctor, taken the medications, and nothing really seems to get better? The truth is our healthcare system usually reacts in a very familiar way. When we can't sleep, we're given sleeping pills, feeling anxious. Here's an anti-anxiety medication, belly getting bigger. Another pill for weight loss. Each medicine seems to address just one symptom. But the sad reality is the root cause, chronically high cortisol, rarely gets touched. Yes, medications might help us fall asleep for a few hours, or calm anxiety temporarily, or even nudge the scale down a bit. But inside, cortisol is still running the show. It still sends survival signals, still holds on to belly fat, still keeps the brain on high alert all night long. Many of us start to feel confused, even blaming ourselves. Am I just getting weaker? The truth is we are not failing. We just haven't been guided on how to address cortisol at its source. And that's exactly why in the next part we need to talk about a different approach, one that's gentler, more natural, and actually works with the body after 60. 1. Mung beans. Sometimes it's the quiet, hidden pressure inside our bodies that leaves us feeling exhausted, restless, and tense all day long, especially after we pass the age of 60. One of the biggest culprits is cortisol, the stress hormone that tends to rise at night without us even noticing. The good news is that nature often gives us simple but powerful solutions, and one of them is mung beans. These small, humble beans are packed with B vitamins, magnesium, antioxidants, and protein. Together, they form a powerful combination that helps calm the nervous system, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce those sudden spikes in cortisol at night. When we eat mung beans regularly, they don't just help the body relax, they also support better energy the next day and bring a sense of calm and balance to our mood. The best part is how easy they are to use. We simply soak the beans for about 4 to 6 hours, then lightly boil or steam them just enough without overcooking so the nutrients stay intact. About half a cup, roughly 50 grams eaten 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime is just right. Adding a pinch of cinnamon or a few drops of olive oil not only improves the taste but also helps the body absorb the nutrients more effectively. Try starting this small but powerful evening habit. With just a handful of mung beans each night, we can help our bodies unwind, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling lighter, calmer, and ready to embrace the day with renewed energy. 2. Chickpeas. Once we've started with mung beans and feel our bodies gently relaxing with energy, restored in a subtle, refreshing way, the next step is another small but mighty bean chickpeas. Just like mung beans, chickpeas aren't just food. They're like a friend, quietly helping us balance hormones, lift our mood, and sleep better night after night. These tiny beans are packed with tryptophan and zinc, two nutrients that are essential for relaxation and hormone balance. Tryptophan is the building block for serotonin, the feel-good hormone which helps lower cortisol, creating a sense of calm, making it easier to fall asleep and improving mood. Zinc, on the other hand, supports the adrenal glands, keeping them balanced and preventing sudden spikes in cortisol, so our bodies feel more at ease in the evening, ready for deep restorative sleep. Studies from 2023 show that adults over 65 who ate chickpeas in the evening experienced better sleep and significantly lower cortisol levels the next morning. It's amazing to think that such a small bean can have such a big impact. Using chickpeas is simple. About half a cup eaten 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime is ideal. We can lightly roast them for extra flavor or mix them with a bit of olive oil or tahini, not only delicious but also helping our bodies absorb the nutrients better. This little nightly habit gradually helps our bodies stabilize sleep more deeply and wake up feeling refreshed, calm, and full of energy. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, drop O1 in the comments below so we know you're here. Now let's move on to bean number 3. 3. Lentils. When we talk about lowering cortisol and getting better sleep after 60, there's one crucial factor that often gets overlooked: our gut. Many people don't realize that feelings of anxiety, fatigue, or waking up in the middle of the night sometimes don't start in the brain, they start in the digestive system. And that's where lentils come into play. Lentils are a familiar everyday food, but they're packed with B vitamins, folate, and especially resistant starch, a special type of fiber that feeds the good bacteria in our gut. When our gut microbiome is healthy, it sends positive signals to the brain, helping the nervous system calm down and naturally lowering cortisol. This is the gut-brain connection that science talks about so much these days. Research shows that older adults who eat about 150 grams of lentils each evening can reduce their nighttime cortisol by up to 30%. That means the body can finally relax, the brain isn't on high alert, and deep restorative sleep starts to return. Using lentils is simple and gentle. Just soak them for 4 to 6 hours, then cook them until tender. Don't overcook so the nutrients stay intact. The ideal time to eat is 90 to 120 minutes before bed, giving the body enough time to digest and absorb the benefits. Adding a pinch of cinnamon or a spoonful of almond butter helps stabilize blood sugar, preventing those sudden cortisol spikes in the middle of the night. A warm bowl of lentils in the evening doesn't just nourish the body, it also brings a sense of calm and reassurance, like a gentle reminder that it's finally time to truly rest. 4. Soybeans mature. Once lentils have helped nourish our gut and calm the nervous system from the inside, the next step is a bean that works more directly on how our body responds to stress. That's where mature soybeans come in, the friend that helps our body learn to stay calm in the face of cortisol. Mature soybeans are rich in isoflavones, a natural compound that helps the body reread stress signals. Think of isoflavones like a little adjustment knob, gently reminding the body that it doesn't need to overreact all the time. When cortisol starts rising due to stress, isoflavones help the cortisol receptors respond more calmly, which reduces the overall production of this stress hormone. On top of that, the magnesium in soybeans helps relax muscles and the nervous system, while the fiber supports smooth digestion. When digestion is gentle, the brain is less on high alert and falling asleep comes more naturally. Many people share that after a few weeks of eating soybeans in the evening, they no longer feel restless or tense when lying down. I remember meeting Mrs. Margaret, 66, living alone, who often woke up around 2 to 3 a.m. She told me that whenever she woke, her heart raced and her mind spun with all kinds of thoughts, even though her days were completely normal. After adjusting to a lighter evening routine, she started having a small portion of boiled soybeans, about 30 to 40 grams, roughly an hour before bed, with a few drops of sesame oil to make them easier to digest. After about 2 weeks, she shared that her body no longer felt stiff at bedtime. Sleep came more slowly but deeper, and most importantly, she wasn't waking up in the middle of the night feeling restless anymore. Sometimes it's these small, simple habits that quietly help us regain balance, sleep more deeply, and feel truly at ease when night falls. 5. Edamame, cortisol crusher. The last bean I want to introduce to you today is one that's light on the stomach but packs a powerful punch against cortisol. Edamame. It truly deserves the nickname cortisol crusher, a friend that helps our body naturally dial down stress. When we hit our 70s, stress often doesn't show up as loud, obvious tension anymore. Instead, it's a quiet, underlying pressure lying down. Our bodies feel stiff. Minds are still racing and our hearts beat faster than usual. Edamame works right where it matters. Thanks to isoflavones, the body relearns when to respond and when to relax. When cortisol tends to spike at night, isoflavones gently adjust the hormone receptors, signaling to the body, this is rest time, not alert time. On top of that, the magnesium in edamame helps muscles relax while the fiber nourishes the gut, which, as you know, keeps the brain calmer too. A 2024 study showed that adults over 70 who ate just 30 grams of edamame each evening for 3 weeks reduced nighttime cortisol by up to 60%, slept more deeply, and woke up with more energy. I remember a patient, Mrs. Linda, 70, who often woke up around 3 a.m. exhausted but unable to fall back asleep. After adjusting her evening routine, she started having a small bowl of lightly steamed edamame about 30 to 60 minutes before bed, with a bit of tahini for easier digestion. Within just a few weeks, she reported that her body felt less tense, sleep came faster, and mornings no longer left her feeling drained. Sometimes just a small choice like edamame in the evening sends a clear message to our body, tonight we are allowed to truly rest. Dear friends, after going through each of these beans and understanding how they impact cortisol and sleep, the most important thing to remember isn't doing a lot, it's doing it right and consistently. First, give your beans a little patience. Soaking them before cooking not only makes them softer and easier to digest, but also preserves many of their valuable nutrients. When cooking, keep it gentle. Just cook until tender and avoid overcooking because beans that are cooked too long can lose some of the very compounds that help relax the body and balance hormones. Timing is also key. For most beans, eating them 60 to 120 minutes before bed is ideal. This gives the body enough time to digest and absorb the nutrients without feeling heavy or uncomfortable. To boost absorption, you can pair beans with a little healthy fat like olive oil, tahini, or almond butter. Just a small amount goes a long way. One thing to avoid is canned beans or beans that are pre-cooked for too long, as they often contain extra salt and lose much of their natural value. But above all, the biggest difference comes from consistency. Eating beans every evening helps your body gradually reset a more stable cortisol rhythm. Enjoy deeper sleep, feel more energized during the day, and handle stress much more easily. Small, consistent changes like this can bring the kind of calm and balance our bodies have been quietly waiting for all along. Food is important, but to truly keep cortisol in check, we can't ignore our daily lifestyle. Getting enough sleep at the right times is the first foundation. Try to go to bed before 10:30 p.m. and turn off your phone or computer after 9 p.m., giving your brain time to wind down before sleep. Dinner also plays a big role. Eating before 8 p.m. helps your digestive system and adrenal glands relax, so cortisol doesn't spike unexpectedly in the middle of the night. In the morning, take a few minutes for a gentle walk, some light movement, and early sunlight exposure. This tells your body a new day has begun, helping hormones stay balanced throughout the day. Our emotions matter just as much as our bodies. Talking with loved ones, journaling, or practicing deep breathing exercises can release hidden stress and naturally lower cortisol. Overall, these aren't huge changes, but these small, consistent habits are the key to stabilizing cortisol, helping us sleep better, feel less anxious, and have more energy every day. As you can see, controlling cortisol isn't just about what we eat, it's about how we live each day. Combining smart food choices with healthy routines allows our bodies to find balance, sleep deeply, reduce stress, and feel energized. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe to Strong Health Way and turn on notifications so you don't miss tips to help us live healthier, happier, and fully enjoy our later years. Let's build a strong, vibrant body one day at a time.